for my lab, for the protein, I want to make chicken salad. And then for the fruit and vegetables, I want to make a normal salad, fruit salad, then a cucumber tea sandwich, and a strawberry and cream sandwich too. For the starch, I'm thinking of making Duchess potatoes. And then for the garnish, I'm thinking of making a dressing for the salad. Sorry for the abrupt ending, but let's continue. The first thing I did was I put on my chef coat and then I washed my hands. And then I started cleaning my kitchen. So the first thing I did was put away all my clean dishes. Then I wiped down my counters and disinfect them too. And then here I'm filling up my sink with hot soapy water with a little bit of bleach so I can clean all the new dishes that I'm going to be using for the bento box. And then I wash them normally. Here's my mise en place for the cucumber tea sandwiches. And I start off with the strawberry cream and sandwiches. So the first thing I do is I get everything nice and ready. And I open the cream cheese. So on my first slice, I get some of the cream cheese and do a nice even spread of it. And then I do the same thing for my second piece. And then I grab the strawberry, and first I drop it. And then I arrange them nicely right on the sandwich. And I repeat all the same steps for the sandwiches. And here I realized that my angle wasn't good, so I had to switch it. Then I do the same thing for my top layer, and then I'm done with the base of the sandwich. And then I put away all the ingredients I'm not going to be using. And then I bring over my cucumber tea sandwiches. So here I'm putting everything in order, and then I set aside my garnishes so they're not in the way. And I do the same thing as I did with the strawberries, except this time my fillings are cucumbers, cucumber halves. And then I add my top layer of bread. And I'm going to do that with all 4 sandwiches. So then I put away everything that I'm not going to be using again so they're not in my way. And then I slide over the garnishes that I'm going to be using. And here I have some of the leftover cucumber that I rounded out earlier. And then I also decided to get some of the cucumber and slice it even with the peeler, and just did it all the way across and got thin slices of cucumber, and I used those to decorate the top, as you can see, and did that for 2 of my sandwiches. Oh, in order for them to stick, I have to add a nice thin layer of the cream cheese, or else it'll be falling off. And then for the third one, instead of just going horizontally, I do it at an angle. And then for my third one, you can't really see what I did, but I have the rondelles that I left over, and then I just added them on the top. You'll be able to see all this in a minute. And then I put away all the stuff I'm not going to be using. And here I'm adding little heart shapes in the inside of some cucumbers to add a more garnish. Very cute in my opinion. And I do that for 2 of my slices. Gotta make sure that knife stuck away and then it becomes a duck. And I didn't realize this while I was filming. So here I'm going to be cutting the strawberries into hearts too, by putting a little triangle right at the bottom of it. And I do this for both of them. And then I start rounding off the sides so they look nicely done. And then here are my cucumber sandwiches, and here are the strawberry ones. And here I am wrapping them up, and why I'm doing this because I'm putting them in bento boxes. So I want to make sure that they aren't gonna get all mixed up and like destroyed in the box. So I wrap each one individually and nice and tightly so everything stays fresh. And this here I'm adding some honey to some of these little jars that I got. And it's tea party thing, right? So I wanted to make sure that there's some honey to make the tea nice and sweet. And then I added a bunch of teas that I had into a little jar, and it's nice and tightly packed. So then my friends have a bunch of options of teas they want to drink. And here I'm starting on the chicken salad. So there I just set a pot of water to boil with salt, onion, and a little bit of garlic. And here I am dicing my chicken, which is very difficult to do because the chicken is so thin, but I manage. Then I put it in the water, and then here I'm mixing up this dressing, and the dressing is mayo, ketchup, white vinegar, white sugar, vegetable oil, and salt and pepper. Oh, and some diced onion. And so I just mix it up one nicely so it's so even and the onion's not like prominent, I suppose. And then I added them to cute little jars too. Oh, another thing I want to add is I don't use exact measurements for a lot of stuff. I decided to chiffon such a small salad so it could fit nicely into the little containers that you see. And then my chicken is done. So then I'm trying to shred it. And then for the actual ingredients I used in the salad was mayo, ground pepper, lemon, salt, and then I didn't add any vegetables, and instead I just added some herbs that I had. And here I decided to make it into a sandwich by adding some romaine lettuce to some pieces of bread. I didn't add any mayo because I figured it would be moist enough. Then here I'm just adding my filling. And then they're all done. And here is the plate I gave to my sister. And then here's the bento box. So now you're wondering, where is my starch? So the day that I was cooking all this stuff, I forgot about the potatoes, and so I decided to do it the next day. So here you can see me putting my small potatoes to boil because I didn't want to make a lot, and I didn't have time to do a mise en place for my potatoes, so it just goes all horribly wrong for me, which I kind of figured it would go that wrong, especially here when I was putting the potatoes into a bag. So right now, those are just plain potatoes. They don't have any salt or anything, they're just mashed. And I thought it was weird that they were forming like that, but I just didn't think. So here I'm desperately trying to get the piping tip in, which I eventually do manage to get it, but it doesn't even matter at the end. So then I'm trying to pipe it, and you can see my brother, he's just wondering what I'm doing. I think he realizes that I'm gonna mess up soon. So I'm piping the potatoes, and then the bag just breaks or something, and I realized that I didn't make just potatoes. These are just mashed potatoes, not even mashed potatoes. And so then I dump them back out, and I actually put in the actual right ingredients, but not actually. That's a lie. So now you can see that I've kind of prepped more and more ready, and then everything's piping nicely. It's all even, so I'm kind of have hope that everything's gonna work out well. And sadly, my bag breaks again, but I'm like, oh, it's okay because I already have 4 of these nice, pretty ones, and so I can just use the rest, and you can see. And that's how they came out of the oven. So, as I pulled them out of the oven, I realized I made a huge mistake because that's not how they're supposed to look. So I checked the recipe, and it turns out I forgot about the eggs, and I really realized that I should have done my mise en place. And I know that's a big part of the cooking process, and I just didn't do it. So I'm disappointed in myself and how those turned out. But now, hopefully, that never happens to me again. And well, I learned my lesson. So just for a quick recap, the 3 cuts I did were I rondoed my cucumbers, then I chiffonade the salad, and then I diced the chicken, and then for like the protein was chicken, vegetables was the cucumber and the salad, the fruit was the strawberry sandwich, my starch should have been Dutch's potatoes, and then my sauce was my salad dressing. And in the end, they all looked really cute. My sister really liked her plate, considering that I gave her a nice fruit salad too. And I can't wait to see what my friends think. I hope you have a nice night.